Hello, friends, neighbors. John, your rich neighbor here. Welcome down to the Nook and welcome to another awesome blind. I'm going to do another rye blind. I've done a few of these and I thought this one because recently I shot this 9-year-old Alberta Premium just released 45% against this Crown Royal 45%. Both really, really big houses. Now, I can't say that these are tiny houses over here, but you know, there's stuff on the floor. I can actually get rye between 15 bucks and 20 bucks in Alberta. These are in that $30 to $40 range. Sure, I've seen them at 45. I bought them both in the mid 30s. Then, you know, these ryes over here, certainly this one does represent a craft expression, but they're both 48%, so a little bit better than the 45. This is a big house, lot 40 dark oak, and you know, Sleeman isn't a tiny house, but they're certainly starting with a very craft approach, 100% Canadian oak. These are a bit more. Like, so if those are 30 in my market, you know, these are 50, 55, and this is, you know, 60 to 70. So I thought, you know what, let's see what I get. My wife poured them in these blind glasses for me. This is the first time I'm using this set. She got it for me a while ago, I think for my birthday, and she's put the reveal in here. I have no idea what's in here. I can't even see them. So you know what? Pour some rye. If you have even one of these, why don't you pour that? Because then you can see if you can guess from my tasting notes which one I might be sipping. So pour something. Come on back. 3, 4. Thanks for coming back. Let's do these bottles one at a time so you can see what we're doing. So on this side here, we've got Crown Royal Northern Harvest. Now, that made a lot of buzz a bunch of years ago as perhaps the best whiskey on the planet. And then we've got the Alberta Premium 9-year. That is another 45%. This one's 100% rye. The Northern Harvest is a 90-some, and then 10% barley. This John Sleeman's and Son Cooper's rye is 100% rye, and it's also 100% Canadian oak. And then we'll swap that out and take a look at the lot 40, but the dark oak. So this is 100% rye aged in new American oak, and then re-aged, or not like aged again, finished, I suppose, in a number 4 char. So that just, you know, makes a little more barrel char. You can see from my tech, I'm still working on the darkness of my bottle camera, but the brightness of this, we'll figure it out. And even though I put them in this order, it was just so that I could talk to you guys about, you know, kind of that 30 to 40 and that 50 to 70 range. That's why they're situated here. My wife poured these. I have no idea what they are. I don't know the order. I might have just put them in the order. That's not the blind part. The blind part is my wife poured them when I wasn't in the room. I have no idea. So let's go in. I'm going to start with this white. I'll go this way on nose. We'll see what this white is like. Oaky, spicy, cinnamon. But there's a sweetness in there. There's a vanilla, you know, a little bit of toffee. Okay, now we'll go red. This is much more caramel, apple, a little bit artificial. I start to get my own guesses because, you know, I've had all of these. I can't say I'm very familiar with these ones over here. I mean, I used to have a fair amount of that, but I haven't had that in 5 years. I just opened this like last week. Okay, let's try the green. Oh, a little grassier. There's still some spice. A little bit of mint. Okay, let's try. Oh, I'm going to remember that now because the glass is green. Let's try black. Oh, wow. Buttery, toffee, apple again. Lots of fake cola, lots of fake sugar. Already shifting my guesses. Interesting. Okay. I want to try a little sip. I don't know, I might speed it up and then just give you my notes because sometimes it takes me quite a bit of time and I got to clear my palate with water and we don't want to be here all night. So I'm going to start backwards. I'm going to go with the black and give it a taste. I'll probably speed this part up.
2.
Okay, I've nosed them once through and I've tasted them once through. I'm going to put them in my order right now of preference, and I'll tell you why. That was just about a bad thing. So I've put them in this order, then I'm going to taste them again, and I'm going to guess. Now, I really care more about what I like and what flavors I like, far more than me actually identifying. In fact, I'd love to be surprised once I've picked a favorite. So just tasting once through, this one for me is all kinds of artificial. It just really is. Yes, it's buttery. Yes, it's sweet. Wow, it's sweet, but it just really drives home, like, I don't know, caramel syrup, you know, sweet, fake sugars, Rogers corn syrup, that kind of stuff, not real maple syrup. This one's okay. It's grassy, it's minty. This one's got an interesting cinnamon kick on the back end. Right at the end, I was like, oh, that was a really nice cinnamon heart. Red heart, candied cinnamon hearts, but on the nose, it's all mint. Now this is probably, like I will say, it actually kind of reminds me of this one in that it's got baked sugars, baked apple, apple crisp pie, and some of that cinnamon. So on the nose, it's pretty sweet like this, but somehow it's just not that artificial. It's a little more oaky. And this one just seems to have the best balance of rye across the palate. I'm going to taste them again, see if I lock in, and then see if I can identify them. Don't know whether I'll speed this up or not, so I might talk during this time or not. This is white. Such nice mouthfeel. Really good oak. Tannin structure. Oh, nice mouthfeel. A little bit buttery. Red. That's a good rye too. That is. It's well balanced. It's just almost like just a little less, a little sweeter too. This one has some, now I'm going to say candy apple sweetness. You know, that candy sugary coating on an apple. So it is pretty sweet. This one on the palate, not bad. Not bad. A little bitter here across the palate, just on the back, I mean, on the finish. Nicely drying though. I do like my ryes to be a little dry. Oh man. Whatever this is, let's try it on the palate. Okay, so it didn't change my order. My first impression, tasting back through, this is still my preference. I've shared a little more of my kind of live tasting notes. They kind of lined up with my after tasting notes. I think what I have up here, I think this black is this one. I think the green is Northern Harvest. So we'll lock in my choices beside their bottles. Shoot, you know what? I'm not entirely sure. Oh, ginger, orange. Beautiful oak. That is such a good rye. So good. These are neck and neck. This one's got a little bit bitterness in it too. It's got more fruit. I think that's Lot 40 Dark Oak, which is a favorite of mine. And I think my favorite up here tonight is the John Sleeman's. Now, I've said this before, and then people burn me on like, John, you don't know anything. It's true, I don't know anything. That's absolutely true. But it is interesting to me that this is my lineup of what I like. Now, if this is the Alberta Premium 9, then I need to go buy all kinds of this. Because I know I said earlier, this is 30 or 40. I found this for 22 bucks Canadian. That's a steal for a 45% age-stamped 100% rye. But do I like it? I don't know. These are my favorites today. That can change too. Haven't had any food for about 5 or 6 hours, so it's been forever. Oh, I'm always nervous on the reveal. So I've got this wrong. This red is not Lot 40. This red is John Sleeman's. So it's my second favorite up here. Okay, I'm okay with that. Green, Crown Royal Northern Harvest. You know what? The mint gave it away. It really, if you're sensitive to mint, I know some people talked about it being like toothpaste. you're just not going to like Northern Harvest. But if you don't mind a little bit of mint in your whiskey, I actually think this is a pretty decent pour. Not that I can really support Crown Royal anymore. Black, Alberta Premium, and my favorite is the standard, not standard, but the good old Lot 40 Dark Oak. So I stand by my preferences up here. I clearly liked white. I didn't know what it was. When I identified it, I got it wrong. That's the best part about blinds, not about whether, you know, you can identify something. Sure, that's fun, or that's good bragging rights, or whatever you want to say. But the fact that I now know across these, I still like Lot 40 Dark Oak a lot. What do you think of this blind? What do you think of this lineup? And I have to say, I really wanted to like Alberta Premium 9-year so much more. I like their cask strength. I truly do. I don't know what they did here, but it's got a lot of artificial flavoring. It feels like it's been flavored. I'm sure that's not true, or I want to believe that's not true. What do you think, you guys? Was this a good blind? Is it not? Why don't you tell me in the comments below? Tell me how to do better. Thanks for joining me. You guys take care. Cheers.